Everybody. This is Kirsten with Chestnut Hill Center on the Hill Diabetes Nutrition class. It's been a while since we've met. Today is the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. I'm taping this a little early so you get to see it. We're going to go through a couple of course, plant-based recipes and some quick and easy things that are light for summer cooking. Because although this weekend is going to be a little chilly, next weekend we're up into the 80s again. So I'm looking forward to the nice summer weather. I'm here with Mary Angela. She's helping me with the videos, and I'm always glad to see her. So the first recipe we're going to go through is called the African bean salad. It's on the website called oldwayspt.org. Old Ways, like Preservation Trust, is oldwayspt.org. The first thing you do is you put together the dressing, which is some apple cider and a lime. Get some juice out of it, a little bit of honey, some Dijon mustard, olive oil, some diced sweet onion or some shallots, a little bit of cumin, a little cayenne pepper, and salt and pepper to taste. And the recipe that you have, I think I forgot to add the cumin and the honey. But cumin is a pretty intense flavor. If you don't put it in there, that's fine. If you don't put the honey in there, that's even better. But it's a delightful salad. It has a little heat. You can make it very quickly. Some other ideas if you didn't want it. Well, okay, so you have the dressing there, and then the ingredients are any kind of beans. I like black-eyed peas, but garbanzo beans works, a little cucumber and celery, red bell pepper all chopped up. So a little jalapeno for the kick, and a little cilantro to just, mix the whole thing. If you didn't want to use cilantro, you could use mint, and you can also use parsley. So you get all those vegetables mixed together in a bowl. That dressing has been sitting, so you set that on the vegetables. Wait about 15 minutes so it can all marinate, and it's a delightful, inexpensive, surprising light salad with a lot of protein, again, because it's mostly beans. There is something in the store called Cedar's chickpea salad. I'll do that with a little frozen edamame, maybe 50-50. There's enough flavoring in this that it can do nice things to the edamame. If you wanted to add a little Italian dressing, that's fine. But if you wanted to make this salad even faster, you could add a little edamame to the chickpea salad. The chickpea salad or the black bean salad, you can get it in the grocery stores in the deli section. It's delightful, but it's like $4 or $5, maybe $3.99, and I just don't feel it's worth it. So that's why I have this recipe here. But that is a really nice salad, again, to have as a side dish, to bring to parties, to put on your own salad. It could be even a dip with some hearty chips or some crackers. So that's a delightful thing. I hope you all enjoy that one. The second one I'm going to go through is the veggie meatloaf. So with the veggie meatloaf, we have the recipe there. We're going to use either the food processor or the blender. You're going to put your vegetables in one at a time. The first one be your carrots. So you're going to take 2 carrots and chop them up and then put them in your food processor. And then you're going to put them in. Remember this frying pan from class? Yeah, we still have it with just 1 tablespoon of light oil. It's olive oil, whatever kind of oil you like, but the light color, not the dark one. And only 1 tablespoon for all these vegetables will be fine because there's going to be a lot of juices coming out of the vegetables. So the first one is a carrot. Chop it up, put it in the food processor, put it in here on a nice warm pan, medium high. Then we're going to do the same thing with 3 ribs of celery. Chop them up, put them in the food processor, put them in here. We want this meatloaf to be very fine. We don't have big chunks of pepper and onion sticking out. We're going to chop up the onion, same thing, in the food presser, then put in here. By here, the peppers, the carrots, and the celery and everything is going to get lots of juice in here with that little bit of oil. Give it a stir. And then 2 sweet peppers, can be any color. If you like green, great. If you want orange and red, that's fine, whatever you want. And then about a cup size or a 2 cup size of cabbage. The more cabbage, the bigger the meatloaf. If you only have a cup of cabbage, that's fine. But usually cabbage comes, pretty big, and you just want to get like a wedge of it and cut it up. You don't really want that center part. The center part you're going to cut off. So if you just take a wedge, like a quarter or a half of a like a quarter of a cabbage, that would be plenty. So you put that again in the blender or the food processor, you get it in your frying pan, you're stirring it all up, and then you're going to add your meat. We like the Beyond Burger, so they come in a 2-pack. Break them up, they're going to be thawed, break them up, put them in there, stir it in with the vegetables, and then there's a Smart Ground. This is something. Smart Ground Plant-Based Crumbles is by Light Life. This has great flavor. There's not a lot of ingredients. There's not a lot of sodium, 300 milligrams, who cares? But it has 11 grams of protein in 2 tablespoons. So a lot of protein in that, a good amount of protein in the Beyond Burger, not quite as much, but the crumbles really add the flavor. And honestly, when I made this yesterday, we had a 1/4 pound, like one little hamburger of beef, and I did add it in there. It doesn't really matter if you don't really need it, but if you've got a little bit of beef and you want to add it, the balance of all that vegetables with that teeny tiny bit of beef is perfectly fine. So you get them all mixed up nice and even, and you put them in your pans, just a little pan like this. You're going to do 2 of them. And you don't have to grease them or anything. Again, like I said, the vegetables have lots of liquids in there. When you put it in the oven, 375, about 30 minutes, take a temperature, see inside. If it's 165 degrees, you're golden. Basically, other than that hamburger, if you put it in there, this stuff is all raw. We did put in 2 eggs, but I found that was a waste. So you don't even have to borrow with the eggs. Don't worry about any of the breadcrumbs either. The cabbage and all the liquid from the vegetables really substitute out the breadcrumbs and the eggs. So it's really just those plant-based burgers with all that vegetable. You bake them. If you want to put a little ketchup on top, like our moms did, that's always yummy. They're fantastic in a sandwich. They are a little loose. They're not going to be like a burger. They're going to be more delicate than that. It's great on top of the salad. It's great. I was serving it with a salad, maybe some garlic bread, or maybe a half a cup of noodles. So something to think about. So that's the veggie meatloaf. And like I said, I have not been able to find many that are plant-based that are delicious. Other than that little bit of beef in there, that Light Life Smart Ground crumbles really makes it great. The last recipe I'd like to talk about is we have the 3 plant-based proteins, and I'm going to go over making the tofu stir fry. So if you all have it, I have some ingredients on there, but the basis is really onion and broccoli. Onion and broccoli have amazing flavor. And if you can have some grated carrots, that just adds more color. If you wanted to do some red peppers in there, sweet red peppers or something with some color, that's a great idea. Other things to put in would be mushrooms or some snow peas. Snow peas, you really can't get a small container of these anymore, so you might be making them, for a variety of different dishes. And then also adding some cabbage. If you just made the meatloaf and now you're going to have the stir fry, chop up some thin slices of the cabbage. That's fantastic. But yeah, getting the onions started first, and then putting in the carrots and the broccoli, and then the tofu. So this is marinated and baked tofu. It's brown. It's not going to be white. This one is soy boy smoked tofu, but you can get teriyaki tofu. I don't know how teriyaki seasoned tofu. Again, it's going to be brown. There's going to be 2 little cakes in there, and I'll cut them sideways first, and then vertically, and then horizontally. So you got a whole bunch of little tiny cubes. So you're going to put your oil, just a tablespoon of oil, and put your onion and your vegetables, and get them all going. I'll do a little of a jar of garlic, tablespoon of that. Then I also, instead of using soy sauce, I found Better Than Bouillon has a mushroom flavor. And then there's also the vegetarian. But again, a teaspoon of these, one or the other, with some water makes a delightful sauce that you don't have to add a lot of soy sauce to, because this has, even the low sodium soy sauce is like 700 or 800 milligrams. Yeah, this one is only about 500 if you use just a teaspoon. So that's good. And the other thing is, get your ginger from the grocery store, pretty big piece, and then put it in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer. See, mine's frozen, and you can grate it really easy. Oh, where's my grater? But you're gonna, excuse me, you're gonna, just grate this, peel the skin off, grate it right in there. You've got your garlic, your ginger. This works out like a soy sauce, but it's low sodium. It has a lot more nutrition. You got all your vegetables going. You'll add your tofu in there, or if you wanted to have your tofu sit in the broth with a little bit of the, this is toasted sesame oil. Boy, that really makes the flavor fantastic. With the garlic and the ginger, you could marinate your tofu pieces that way. That adds good flavor to it. You got your vegetables, and like this, honestly, this does not taste like tofu. This is closer to, well, now it's smoked. It's really close to grilled chicken. So again, the reason I'm talking about these plant-based foods is because they're really finding animal protein, whether it's chicken or beef or oysters or clams or shrimp. Those animals' protein in our body, the hormones fight, the proteins fight. It causes inflammation. If you're going to have eggs for breakfast, a tuna sandwich for lunch, and then chicken for dinner all the time, that's 21 times a week that you're having animal protein. If we can find some plant-based recipes that are delicious, gotta be delicious, then we will give our bodies a break and improve our cholesterol, our sleep. It just does so many great things for the gut biome, and it really lets your body be itself instead of constantly fighting with this animal protein. People with disease, especially if you got diabetes or you have obesity or you have kidney disease or high blood pressure, anything where your body is uncomfortable, plant-based proteins really help. And like I said, I found some great recipes that are delicious. So I'm here for you with the COVID, this quarantine thing. We're all going crazy. But hey, when everybody else is rushing to the chicken and beef section of the grocery store, you've got a whole smorgasbord full of these plant-based proteins. And I just hope that one day you'll try one of these recipes and tell me how much you like it. Again, I'm Kirsten Puskar with Center on the Hill. I also have my Facebook page, Ambler Nutrition, and I have a amblernutrition.com now, my website. So if you want any of the links, I'll put them on there. And I hope to see you all soon. Well, actually, I don't know when the Center on the Hill is going to get together again, but definitely next year. But keep up with the videos. I love to see you guys. And if you want to write to Marianne or myself, I would love to hear from you. So have a great summer, and I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Kirsten, so much. I am going to post all of these recipes at the end of this video, so keep watching. There'll be stills of these recipes, so you'll have a chance to write them down, everybody. So give them a try. They're going to be really great. Thanks again for being with us, Kirsten. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks.